Oh, what happened to all of your screens? Oh my word. All right, give it a moment.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I did
There we
it.
go. There we go.
go.
Okay. I fixed it.
Way to
All
go,
right.
Trevor.
As you
I
see
did
that,
it
I
right.
realized I left all of my dice in the other.
Oh my God.
Choose
Get your
one.
dice. Get your dice, Campbell. Actually, I did get mine too. All right. Well, that's good to know that I need to have it on not on that version of the whatever. Okay.
Well,
That was
everybody
surprising.
with your bingo cards, we're already off to a good start.
Yeah, we already
Yeah, you can mark that one up.
We just
Right
want
off.
to give you all some entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I need
Fuck
to.
shenanigans.
So I need to. You know what? I'm gonna just go digital dice rollers tonight. I think. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of Mercy and. I just did it. Campbell, did you hear me? I just did it. Welcome to.
That's
let me.
always my instinct. I always want to say mercy first.
Zip, let me take it back. Welcome to episode
You named it.
3 of Madness and Mercy. I did name it. I know, I did. Just, whatever. Okay. Well, welcome. Anyway, in any event, welcome to episode 3 of Madness and Mercy, a Call of Cthulhu stream brought to you by Critical Fayle, DM, and the Goons. I, of course, am K, they, them, the keeper of arcane lore. What a joy it is to be here with all you goons and sitting around and playing some make believe and slowly descending into madness. It really is just a treat. It's the highlight of my week. I roll a sanity check and I fail it every time. All right, so there's I'm like excited and terrified of what's gonna happen tonight. Like,
I'm nervous this time.
episode 1 was like,
We're all gonna die.
episode 1 I had a very clear objective. Episode 2 I was like, okay, now we're setting the scene. Episode 3 I'm like, where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? I've been sitting in front of my computer staring at like my prep documents, just being like, what maybe they go here, question mark? Like that's my notes. It took me a week to write that one sentence. It's not even well formed, but we'll see how it goes. There's going to be a lot of improvising tonight, but that's the beauty of this, because I have no idea what you're going to do. I have no idea where you're going to go. All I can guarantee is that madness and sanity checks await you wherever you choose to go. So one quick announcement before we get started. We do have some exciting stuff in the works from someone who I believe is in the stream tonight watching, someone from a little game company out in Tacoma, Washington called C4 Labs. We'll have more details about that as we move into podcast time of the week on Sunday and into the stream on Wednesday. But they have taken a little bit of an interest in the things that we do, and we'll have some exciting announcements about them in the days to come.
Woo!
Question for the goons. Have any of you ever had like a kind of genuinely spooky and or supernatural experience?
Yeah.
Yes, Campbell. I love it. Go ahead. What is it? I promise I'm not taking notes.
Okay. I'm gonna tell a personal one of mine, and I'm going to expect Trevor to tell one of our joint experiences.
Ooh.
If
Trevor
you're
doesn't
not,
seem that
I'm
into
gonna
it.
tell it. But my personal
Shakes his
one
head.
is, I grew up in Southern Virginia, like Civil War battlefield area. Me and my dad used to go running at the crater all the time, and they still have all the earthworks and like little openings where you can see into the earthworks at the crater.
Okay.
And we were running the
I'm sorry. Can we
battlefield
roll it back a second?
afterwards.
The crater and
Yeah.
the earthworks. What are these things? I feel like you just said them as if I was
These
expected
are-
to know what they are.
Civil War things.
Have you ever heard of the Battle of the Crater?
The Battle of the Crater was this battle where, oh, I hope I don't mess this up. If I remember correctly,
Front row.
Union soldiers laid earthworks underneath the Confederate army.
Well, they tunneled underneath the
They
Confederate
tunneled.
Earth.
They tunneled
cool, okay.
underneath them,
Yeah,
and
the
then
point-
blew
Okay,
them up.
cool.
Yeah.
They blew them up, and it created this huge
Mhm.
crater. And then the Union soldiers charged, and they charged into the crater.
Well, they were down in it, and so then the Confederates could just like
And then the
fish in a barrel.
Confederates was
It was
like-
a
Oh, no.
disaster towards the end of the war.
It was a disaster. It was a very bloody, like, yeah, it was gross.
I'm still
But-
surprised that They blew them up.
And so the crater, you can still see where the crater was, and there's this opening into like a tunnel. And me and my dad finish our run. We go over there, and there's like a cardboard cutout. There's like a wooden cutout of a guy digging inside the opening. And as I'm watching, I watch this guy walk up closer to us, and then walk back, and then walk up closer to us and walk back. And I asked my dad, I was probably like 7 or 8. I was like, how are they doing that? Like, is it on a track? And he was like, that guy's not moving. That's a wood like cutout of a guy. But I watched him walk up and walk back.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
A lot of Civil War
Nope.
stuff.
Nope.
Yikes! Wow. All right.
I'm going home now. I guess I'm already home. I'm
Tyler,
turning
you
off my camera.
So Trevor, are you going to tell that joint one, or are you're going nope?
I don't believe in ghosts.
Well, he's my ghost.
But
He has seen 2 ghosts in my presence.
I don't believe in ghosts. But
however,
one time I was with Campbell at her home in Southern Virginia, and I awoke in the middle of the night to see a woman going through the baby toys in the corner of the room. And she was in a Civil War times dress. So I think she was looking for a toy for a kid. But I don't believe in ghosts.
So what was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay. Before I say what I'm about to say, does anybody else have any genuinely spooky experiences that they recall? It doesn't have to be ghost related. It could be just like an eerie feeling, or I don't know, some kind of like.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I grew up next to a train station, and a couple of times I would get on the train, and you roll into a stop, and you'd look at a bench or something, and it stops for a second, then you drive, you go off to the next stop. So I'd be sitting in the window seat, and I'd be looking, and there'd be somebody sitting in a bench, and I would, look away for a moment, and this happened like 3 or 4 times, but I would look back to that person that was sitting on that bench, and they are gone. I mean, gone. Like, we're never even there.
Transient spirits. They like places of transience.
Woo! That was really good. Really good.
Thank you. I'm rolling all. Well, no, this is Cthulhu. I'm rolling all 10s.
Ooh, okay. That's well.
I just want to shout out real quick, Canadian Mudkips, Musicaholic, Better Than MPH, a Mowing a Minute, Linus Rampart, Tori Birdie. Thank you all. Thank you all for being in the chat tonight.
Yeah, we got some goon regulars in there.
Ooh! What do these mean, Kay?
We got
the little,
chips.
The little spinning guys.
Oh, like
chips?
Chips. Yeah. They're called bits.
Bits, chips.
Hello,
dicks,
fellow
rings.
Yeah. They're called bits, and they're basically like little mini donations, I think, and you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, friends.
You can put them towards.
We have.
It's true, and I think you can put them towards like emotes and I think this would actually fall to me as the Twitch witch, but I can make cool things happen when enough bits are given. But that also.
How many do you need to summon Cthulhu?
You take that back, Dan. Take that
It's
back.
coming to undo the earth.
Less than you would think, Dan.
Look what you've done. You've doomed us all, you fool.
So I personally, now Trevor, I feel like you and I are kind of in a similar boat. I'm not gonna go ahead and say I don't believe in ghosts. I am gonna say that I am not at all sensitive to supernatural goings on and happenings. I grew up in New England. I have been in some and I also lived in England. So New and Old England. I have lived in some old, spooky, very, reputably haunted places, and nothing. I have never even felt so much as a chill down my spine. So I will say, I think there are definitely people who are more sensitive to it than others. But I kind of think, like, I think it's almost more like scientific, metaphysical, quantum leaping than it is supernatural. Like I think, I could go off, but as Dan is very familiar, I'm very fond of saying that time is a construct, and I don't just say that as an excuse for why I'm always late. I say it because I really think it's true, and I think that perhaps I'll use Campbell's spooky walking guy as an example. Like maybe that was a person who was in those earthworks and was like dreaming or something, and in that dream they sort of like popped out of the third dimension for a moment and were just like boop in where you were. Which I think is also why they are so fleeting usually, because then they sort of feel like they're dreaming or something, and then pop, they're back into their assigned timeline. Yes, Daniel.
I have a very
Ask
serious
away.
question. Did you just finish a playthrough of Final Fantasy X? This whole dreaming.
No, but I would be lying if I said that Final Fantasy X did not have a profound influence on my perception of consciousness.
I'm like, when is he going to talk about?
I know.
Xanarchy?
No, you're exactly right. I mean, I think I loved that game. You're absolutely right. I loved that game. And I also loved Final Fantasy X too, which some friends made fun of me for. They said I was playing video game dress up, and I said, "What's wrong with that?"
That's right.
And
Well, wait a minute. Consciousness is also a thing of Final Fantasy VIII. Can't forget about, Squall and like him going in and out with.
you're probably right, but I didn't play that one.
What's the other guy?
Oh, I don't.
Let me throw a shout out to the chat where Lioness Rampant reminds us via Fern the Fawn from Critical Role that time is a weird
Yep.
Ooh.
Time is.
And then Better Than NPH says that they are in the future right now, can confirm time is fake.
It's also true. Time is a construct. It's all just a lie. It's just something
Musicaholic,
that.
Thank you for the 100 heart. Thank you.
Time is just something that the bourgeoisie made up to keep us in line. I'm just talking out of my ass now.
See, now that sounds like a soup. Bourgeoisie, that sounds like a weird soup.
Is that like gazpacho?
How's the bourgeoisie today? All right, goons. Well, let's very quickly, just like we did last week, I'll go around and we'll just very quickly reintroduce our characters. And if you, and then, I won't ask you to individually talk about things that happened to you. We'll sort of, jump in all on that together. But why don't I go around and I'll start by pointing to my right, but on stream it looks like my left with Campbell. Who are you? Who are you playing? What are some things about your person? Your investigator.
I'm Campbell, she, her. And I'm playing Sweetie McLintock, age 23, married to my husband Howard. And I'm started a little business of my own through the California Perfume Company.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Selling perfumes and toiletries and such, making a little money of my own.
Get that coin.
And that is historically the California Perfume Company is the predecessor to Avon. That's what it was called before it was called Avon. The first, as far as we know, multi-level marketing company. So Sweetie McLintock is her own boss. She's a boss bitch.
We owe her so much.
We truly do. All right, let's go to my left end down direction. Dan, who are you and who are you playing?
I just want to say this is my favorite
so
part of
glad
the
you're
stream,
enjoying.
by the way.
Oh shit!
Kay trying to orient themselves.
Man, we got
so glad
a
you
high
enjoy.
five. I got to figure out which way. Am I pointing the right direction right now?
I'm doing both. I'm doing both.
There you go.
I am. Wait, I'm Dan. My character is Hugsley Lacker. He is he's a Southern gent. Originally, he grew up in Harlem, and he is a college professor of depth psychology. So he's very interested in the mind and perception and how that works and what people are up to that they're not.
Has he ever
aware
played
of.
Final Fantasy X?
I think
For sure.
this is real. Okay, wait, this is real. I think he had a dream that he was in the future playing Final Fantasy X, dreaming about
taking selfies.
space. Yeah, and taking selfies. Yeah.
Wow.
And every
With
now and then,
AirPods in.
every now and then he hops in his time machine and takes a thirst trap selfie. Yeah.
I think I just made my dog bark.
Awesome. Yeah, and his phobia is he is a germaphobe.
Yeah, I
also.
noticed he had a couple little things. He likes his things to be neat, as we learned in episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be honest. I was gonna say the actual name of the phobia, and then I realized that I've never said it before.
Oh, I
So-
haven't either.
I didn't want.
I've only ever seen it written too, but I saw you write it and send it to us. But give it your best shot. I mean, you might be wrong, and I probably would be wrong too. But like, what do you think it's pronounced as?
I was putting this in like promo stuff, typing it like said it before, but I think it's mysopia. I don't even think I said all the letters.
Mysophobia?
Mysophobia, yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe you cut out in the middle, but it sounded to me like you said mysopia. Oh no! I believed you, Dan. I believed you.
Thank you for extending grace.
I take it
Kay.
back. I take back that grace. I think Grace is in the chat actually. Actually, no, I don't think I've seen Grace yet. But Grace is a frequent visitor in the chat. All right, this one's easy. I don't have to think about which way to point. It's just down. Tyler, who are you playing?
So I am Tyler, he, him. I am playing Benny Kaplan, the Philly-born Jewish boxer. I never got my shot, but I try to move out of town to make a new life with my wife and 2 kids. So I'm a pretty ugly guy. My my nose has been broken a few too many times to count. Doesn't sit quite straight. I got nice build up of scar tissue around my face. I got a unique style of boxing. I like to tire the other guy out by blocking all his punches with my face. So you can kind of see that when you look at me.
It was very effective. Not for winning necessarily, but very effective.
Well, as long as I don't get knocked out, I got a hard head. So,
Exactly.
And
it's not about how hard you can take a punch. It's about how hard you can take a punch.
So, me and I got in a nice little car accident when I was coming home from taking care of a little business. Found myself chasing my my pal Dicky and following his lead and seeing some shady stuff going on in a barn. I ain't too smart, so I'm still trying to put pieces together. But this guy with the funny looking face, Dicky, seems to know what's going on. So I'm just gonna kind of let him call the shots for now.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to my. Oh wow, I got it first try. Ned, who are you playing?
Hey. I'm Ned. I'm playing Buddy Deadeye Wilson, who is a 52-year-old Pinkerton agent working undercover, busting the unions. I'm in full garb tonight. I got my tweed suit. I got my bowler cap. Got my little Pinkerton badge here.
The Goon Father.
Yeah.
Goon Father. That's right.
Love to see him.
They'll make you an offer you can't refuse. So I'm here to bust up the lumber union that is forming here in Mayfield. But it looks like things are getting a little hairy. So we're gonna have to see where that goes this episode.
Things are indeed getting a little hairy. All right, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And why don't we now go to, last but not least, again, first try, Trevor, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello. My name's Trevor, he, him. I'm playing Dicky Harrow, a veteran of the Great War, now here to make war on some squid. I am a purveyor of fine fake faces, And I'm all out of bubble gum. So let's go.
Who wants some calamari?
I'm all out of bubble gum.
And I can't chew so good anyway.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
I
you're
bet-
talking to my guy all wrong here. If you keep it up, my buddy here is going to turn you into calamari. Pick it up
It
from
has
now.
been requested in chat that I say water bottle.
Oh, I love it.
You nailed it, T-Rex. You nailed it.
Better than MPH has said, mass hole supremacy in the chat.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
This one's for Boston.
Boston.
Wicked,
Oh, yes.
wicked.
Amazing.
Hey, bad kids from Southie, make some noise.
All right. Okay, so let's see. What even? Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. We've dipped into a little bit of it. But what are some, like, just feel free, anyone chime in. Like, what do we remember from last time? When last we left our intrepid investigators.
Well, the big one was our missing fella, Kenneth McCurdy, rolled up and busted into Eloise's house.
Yeah.
I know that he called her by her mother's name, and that he and her mother had some kind of relationship. He was all fucked up and had a weird eye.
He did. Yes, his right eye was very dilated and bloodshot.
And then after we subdued, well, we didn't subdue him. He got shot by the
Yeah, 3
police
times
chief.
in the back.
Yeah, and so then we sort of split up. Myself and Benny took off after the farmer guy who showed up to take the body away, and the rest stayed behind to make sure everyone was okay in the house. And then they went to Ned's union guy to check that out, and more insanity occurred.
Yeah, as the party split up, Hugsley woke up. And Hugsley went out with our Pinkerton agent over here, Buddy, and we went to check out this union dude who was indeed trying to do some union stuff, but also going insane in the process. And Hugsley almost lost his mind.
Spooky.
Yeah.
And then we followed the body back to the barn and did some Rainbow Six stuff, getting into the loft of the
you
barn.
too.
And we found a locked door back there, covered in chains. So there's probably something freaky in there. I don't know. And then we decided
Freaky
to
Lewis, something wacky.
but then we decided to go get back and get the rest of a party to tackle
Yes.
that. And there we are.
Absolutely. The barn.
The bad.
Back to the barn. Some kind of wackadoo going on in there.
Wicked crazy.
Yeah, wicked crazy. It's coming out my ears, kid.
That's
God,
a
I
little
love-
inside joke. For
I love the Boston
goons.
accent. I grew up in Rhode Island, so like Boston was not too far away, and like I can't really lay any claim to the Boston accent because Rhode Island is like a weird stepchild of New York and Boston.
It's Massachusetts deodorant stick.
Yeah, that is correct. We're right up in there.
Oh, wow.
We're just right up in there, just
That
taking a
feels
whiff.
offensive, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. Talk to some Rhode Islanders about it, I guess. It's a beautiful state. Yeah, exactly.
nice.
Maybe like, well, I was trying to come up with like some sort of ocean-related pun for like an ocean scent. Oh, it's low tide scent. Yeah, low tide
my
scented
favorite.
deodorant. Right up in your armpit. Yeah. Okay. So
If
let's
I
see.
could, I'd wear it 24/7. Just
Yes.
dead fish and salt.
Nothing like it.
Right. Oh.
With that, goons, let's take our little moment. We're fond of doing this for our D&D games. They don't usually make it onto our podcast, but well, actually, in a way, they kind of do. We sort of do a homage to it in our intro, but let's just take a little moment as players of this game. Let's think about our characters. Try to imagine like how their posture might be different from yours. Maybe how their maybe they carry their shoulders slightly differently. They all have histories and injuries and scars and mental and physical scars that we do not carry ourselves. Let's just try to take a moment and get ourselves into those, and also into the time period. And in fact, I can help us get into the time period a little bit.
Yes.
So, last time we closed the stream with a bit of a flashback. This time I'd like to open with a bit of a flashback. And I've enlisted the help of our very own Sweetie McLintock to go through it with me. So, we begin
What?
in the house of Sweetie McLintock. Well kept, humble, but not poor. In the kitchen, Sweetie is doing the dishes. She scrubs out a casserole dish, and then the short sleeves of her dress ride up a little bit to show some bruises on her upper arms. There's a knock at the front door. Sweetie goes to answer it. She opens it, and standing on the step is Arnold McDermott. Arnold McDermott works at the lumber mill. He is the husband of Gladys McDermott, and they have no children. Arnold works as a clerk at the lumber mill, where Howard was working when he had his accident. Since he's been out of work, Arnold and his wife Gladys have been coming over to check on Sweetie and Howard. Lately, though, Gladys has been coming less frequently, and more often than not, just Arthur's been the one who's visiting.
Oh, hey, hello, Arnold. I'm sorry, Howard's asleep. He's not feeling too good. I don't want to wake him.
Oh, that's all right, Sweetie. I just wanted to come drop this off. Gladys made some German potato salad for the two of you. She told me to tell you that she told me to tell you she's sorry. It never comes out quite as well as when you make it, but she said maybe you could give her some pointers.
Oh no, oh that's so sweet of you two. No, you can let her know from me that the secret is you add a little more mustard than you might think you would.
All right.
You can let her know. I'll just 1 second. Let me just go put this in the kitchen.
As she takes the bowl of German potato salad, her sleeves slide up again just a touch, revealing those bruises. She quickly pulls her sleeves back down again, hoping that Arnold didn't notice. She looks at him, just in time to see his eyes quickly dart back to meet hers. Why don't I come help you put this away? May I? May I come in? Sweetie hesitates for a moment, and sends a nervous glance towards the living room. In spite of herself, she stands aside.
Of course.
Arnold walks in, bowl of German potato salad in hand. As he walks past the living room, we hear a snore coming from Howard, who's in his recliner. Sweetie visibly cringes.
He hadn't been the same since the accident. Sometimes he's just his normal self, and then other times he's just... And I mean, God forbid I try to talk to him about it. He just goes to sleep in the chair with the radio on. I want to let him sleep when he can.
Arnold looks at him. His gaze goes to the kitchen where he sees a pile of dishes, and then he looks back at Sweetie. He notices some bags under her eyes. She looks like she hasn't slept well in days. Sweetie, would you like to go for a drive? I believe some fresh air might make you feel a little better.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that sounds wonderful. But what about Howard?
He doesn't look like he's going anywhere soon. Come on. We'll be back before he knows you're gone. Sweetie looks nervously around the kitchen, then towards the living room. Then she smiles, and her shoulders drop an inch.
Yes. I would like that. I bet some fresh air would do me good.
She puts away the potato salad and you walk out to his door, out the front door, towards his Packard Twin 6 Roadster, a car in which he takes immense pride.
Ooh.
And we cut to. I would like to know what happened to Hugsley Lacquer after he noped right out of that Wayne Heitman situation. So Hugsley, where do you go after that?
Yeah, so Hugsley, he's gathering himself. He's had a tough night. He just got conscious and then almost lost his mind and went insane. So he's trying to, calm down. He's trying to calm down. So he finds his way back home. He gets to the front door and he pauses and puts his ear to the door.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a listen roll.
Oh, man.
And that's a 46 under 60.
Silence.
Silence. His nerves settle, and then he walks in confident, like he wasn't scared at all. And he takes a shower. He puts on his striped pajamas, and when he's all freshened up and relaxed, he goes back downstairs to examine this floorboard yet again.
Okay. So since it's the end of the night and you can do so without any sort of time restraints, I'll let you say effectively that you could push the roll until you succeed. So you succeed in looking under the floorboard. You look more closely. Maybe you're able to get yourself a little bit more light on it. And at first, it does just look like the lower layer of this floor is just thickly covered in dust. But as you look a little bit more closely, you notice that right in the center, there's a circle of maybe about 3 inches in diameter that is slightly less covered in dust than the rest of the surface. And if you look even closer, at the center of that circle, there's just a little pinpoint spot where there is no dust whatsoever.
And so it's dust, a dusty circle, and then a tiny circle of
it's
no dust at all.
The whole floor is covered in, let's say, let's call it a 10 out of 10 dusty, and then there's a little 3-inch circle that's 5 out of 10 dusty, and then at the very center of that circle there's a little spot that's 0 to 1 out of 10 dusty.
Hugsley, he thinks back to his time at the university and tries to recall if he can think of anything that this shape could have came from.
Sure. Why don't you roll against your education? Give me a no roll.
All right, I got 76, and my education is an 82.
You can tell that it's something small. You can tell that it is something small, and something that has a convex shape that it was sitting on, almost like a bowl or something that has a rounded bottom, and that's what it was sitting on, and that's what made that point in the middle where there's no dust. And then so as if you imagine dust sort of raining down from the top of the floorboard. It still gets underneath that convex shape a little bit, but less so than if it was just falling straight down around the sides. And then in the middle, no dust, because that's where whatever this thing is making contact with the floor, or was making contact with the floor.
So Hugsley runs over to his closet, pushes some of the disguises out of the way, and gets to the map that he has on the back of the closet door, and he starts jotting down this idea. And then he goes back to the floorboard, and Like he just puts his hands in it and starts seeing if he can fucking find anything.
Yeah, you do so, and in doing so, you just are disturbing the dust. There's nothing else in there you can like reach under. It just feels like old, strong, splintery wood and dust.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Then he's content for the night.
Laying down for the evening. Let's go ahead and say it's the next day. Oh, by the way, everyone can make an improvement check for their luck. So roll a d100, and if it's higher than your current luck points, then you can add a d10 to your luck score. But while you're...
Do we do the 10s? Do we do the 1s die with the D100?
When I say roll a d100, it really just means like roll the 10s die and the 1s die and give me the result.
Okay.
Oh!
And we got to get above it. We got to get below it or above it? Above.
Yes, this time it's good to roll
Great.
high.
I did
Nice.
it!
So, Campbell, you can add a d10 to your current luck score.
Ah, shit.
Ned, I'll take that to mean that you did not succeed.
Right on!
Yeah.
All right. Hugsley got lucky.
Ah! I rolled a 100. You said
Wow.
that, wait, you
No,
said
that's
I did
good,
want to
that's
go
good.
above it?
Yeah, that's really good.
great.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Unfortunately,
how
there are
much
no
do I get?
crits. A d10. Unfortunately, there are no
Okay.
crits on improvement checks, but
You're
Wait,
luckier
roll
than
a
I
D10
am,
or
Benny.
Okay, I roll a D10 now?
roll a d10 and add the result to your current luck score.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
This
yeah.
I'm ready. This is going to be a good night. No, this is a bad sign because now I'm just going to roll high on everything.
Or maybe you just got the high roll out of the way and now you can roll
Yeah.
low.
All right, we'll think about it that way.
Come on, silver lining. Glass half full.
I got an
Yeah,
8.
there we go. All right. So where does everybody go at the end of the night? Do you all just go back to your respective houses? Let's talk a little bit about what those places are like for all of you. And we already have talked about Hugsley, but Benny Kaplan, what is it like getting home for you?
Yeah, so I come home, see what the wife and kids are doing. We don't live in a very nice place, but it's home. Keeps it's a roof over our head. Doing what I can to keep the kids fed, but I have unfortunately had to dip into some things I might not have wanted to do. To do that. The town's getting a little hard to find work, and being new to the town, people usually try to help out the friends they know rather than the new guy.
So you approach your house. I imagine you would have had to walk there since your car is still, you probably worked out the details of like how to get that car to one of the auto garages nearby, someone you probably have been to before and trust. But you arrive at your house and it's starting to get a little late. But you see signs of activity from inside the house. Nothing out of the ordinary, just there are some lights on.
So, I'll just go walk in, open the door. Bob?
Excellent. So walking into the house, you can see off to the side, you see the living room. Your son, Maxie, age 10, didn't hear you come in, but he's in the middle of the room, and he's shadowboxing. And you just hear him.
Oh, my heart.
And in this corner, it's Maxie Kaplan, the bantamweight barnstormer, the man whose right hook can fell a mighty oak. And Margaret's off to the side. She didn't hear you either because Maxie's just making all this noise. She's playing with the doll, but she sees you as you come in, and she springs up. She throws her doll to the side, and Daddy runs to you and just like wraps herself around you.
So I'll scoop her up and kind of put her on one arm. And, how you doing today?
I'm good. You're home late.
Yeah, Dad had to take care of some business. And then I'll look at little Maxie and I'll be like, you practicing that right hook, little guy?
Yeah, I'm getting stronger. And he punches you in the thigh.
All right, what'd I say? Head, body, head, body.
Yeah. He goes off and starts like going through some moves that you taught him. Margaret goes back to the floor and resumes playing with her doll. At which point Barbara walks into the living room. To the kids, she says, "All right, your dad's home. What did I tell you? I told you he was going to come back. It's time for bed." And both kids kind of go, "Ah," but start dragging their feet towards the steps to go get ready for bed.
Don't worry, kids. I'll be up in a minute to tuck you in.
Okay, love you.
Love you, kids.
So,
sweetie, how was your day?
Well, oh no, sweetie? No, Barbara is standing. Barbara is
That's a nickname.
Wow, things just took a real.
yeah, wait a second.
What is this?
And the plot thickens.
Honey,
Barbara is standing. She's standing in the doorway to the kitchen, kind of leaning against the doorpost with her arms crossed, and says, "Well, Margaret was right. It was a late night for you tonight. Maybe I should be asking you how your day was. It looks like you had a rough one."
Yeah, gonna have to get the car fixed, but at least I got some money to keep some food on the table.
Do I want to know?
Probably not.
How long is this going to go on, Benny? I sit here every night just watching the kids, wondering if they're going to have a father by the end of the night.
Trust me, I don't want to be doing this any more than you want me doing it, but I gotta do what I gotta do to keep food on the table.
I've been speaking with a few women around town, and now they're all churchgoers, and they're of course trying to get me to go. They don't quite understand that just because I live here doesn't mean that I'm the church-going, well, certainly not the Catholic church-going type. But they do seem awfully friendly. I don't know. They've invited me to go to church with them, and they assure me that it's just for community. It's not for, they're not going to try to convert me or anything. I wouldn't let them if they did.
You do what you do to fit in around here, honey. Don't worry about that.
All right. Well, there's a little bit of your dinner left in the fridge. I can heat it up for you if you'd like.
Thanks. Let me go clean up and tuck the kids in, and then I'll be down and get some food.
Yeah, you do that. So she goes back to doing whatever it was she was doing in the kitchen, and she turns the oven on and puts a plate of the dinner that she made earlier that's now gotten a little cold into the oven to warm it up for you. How about let's go now to Dicky Harrow. What is your living situation like, Dicky?
I sleep on a cot in the projection room in the theater.
Oh, Dicky!
Dicky!
The Phantom of the Theater is real. Excellent. Yeah. You make your way back to. You make your way back to the theater, like you've done hundreds of times before. Unlock the door. You walk in. The ordinarily brightly lit, grand entryway to this theater. Movie theaters were so extravagant back in the day. Even in a small town like this, this is like a community hub, and this is where like so much effort has gone into making this place feel grand, So it loses some of that grandiosity when all the lights are off and there's nobody there. The smell of popcorn doesn't hit your nose, or it does, but it's stale. It's from like the workings of the day. You pass by all of that, the shadows playing along the columns as they always do, and make your way up to the projection booth. And I like to imagine maybe Dicky has a little nightly routine that includes putting on a movie that he likes on the projector. Just watching it.
Yeah.
Just something that he doesn't get to watch, or maybe it's like a movie that came out a few years ago or something, or maybe something even just something that's important to him. there's no sound. It was all talkies back in the day, and there's they would usually have someone, I think, playing the piano to accompany these movies. So all you hear is just the
So it would
yeah,
just
you
be
just
silent.
the like
just the tick of the projector.
of the projector as it's going, but the light comes through that small screen and just makes the whole room flicker as Dicky lays down in his little cot, and takes off that half of his face, that prosthetic face mask.
Yeah, takes off the mask and lay it on the table next to my cot.
Yeah, exactly.
Face off.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, get it.
Where's Nick
Takes
Cage?
his face and puts it on his little nightstand right next to the cot in the projection booth, and you just hear that.
I'm gonna put on it's a movie called Shoulder Arms. It's a comedy set in France during World War I. It was released in 1918.
Wow.
I love it. So good. Is that from the?
It's Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, good. Is that from the list? Someone in the Discord sent us a link of like movies that would have been.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was. I forget who sent that, but that was really cool.
It would be a little old by this point. It's 10 years old.
But it's
Hey,
something that
Dicky
has a
knows
lot
the
of like sentimental
classics.
value to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it so
Yeah.
much. Anything else, Dicky?
Yep.
Before you lay your head down and drift off to sleep.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do one thing quick because I know what the coming days are gonna be like. So I'm actually gonna go to my cot and I'm gonna kneel down on the floor, and on the floor underneath the cot, he fumbles around for a little bit until he finds a loose floorboard, which he moves to the side, and then pulling from a small cavity beneath the floor, he pulls a long leather duffel bag, and I pull that out and I lay it down. And I unzip it, and it like sticks a little bit at first because this hasn't been opened in like maybe 10 years. But I open it up, and inside is my my old Enfield from the war, and a pistol. And so I just unzip that bag for a sec, and I just stare at it for a minute. And I take a deep breath. And then I zip up the bag and I lay it up against the side of the door for the morning.
Arming yourself for the days to come.
He's ready.
Hello, old friend.
He's ready.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's me.
And then I'll fall asleep to I'll just fall asleep to the ticking of the projector.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh, Dicky.
All right, let's see. So, Buddy, how about you? I think you're last.
Yeah, I think Buddy's got an apartment in town, maybe on Main Street. Maybe he's renting from somebody.
Sure.
Because he's not from around here. And I think he goes back, and it's really sparse. There's a suitcase with like 3 or 4 sets of clothes, a couple work clothes, and there's no furniture. It's just a cot, like a bed, a telephone, a fridge, a sink, but there's no couch, there's no armoire, there's nothing. It's very barren. And he's going to go over to the telephone, and he's going to try to make a call.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, you do so, and one of those familiar voices pops up. Operator.
It's John Mulaney.
And DM, this is a little knowledge for you. I'm gonna be calling my estranged daughter.
Wow. Okay. Who is she? Where does she live? How old is she? Tell me about her. As much as you're willing to. You don't have to divulge too many details later.
Yeah, I'm 52 and she's 20. So I'm calling the home of my ex-wife and hoping that she picks up and not my ex-wife. So I'm calling for Leah Wilson. But Margaret Wilson might pick up instead.
Gotcha. Okay. She's 20, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so through a series of relays and patches and plugs being pulled out and put back in some hub somewhere not too far off. Oh, where are they, by the way? Did I ask you that already? Did I forget?
They're in Delaware.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Dan knows.
My condolences.
They're in Dover, Delaware.
Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah. So you do over time. You after a bit of time, you do hear the ringing of a phone, like the residential phone. And you hear a click on the other line. Wilson residence, Margaret speaking.
Click.
Dang! Dang!
Cold. Cold.
See, that's why you're divorced.
Hey. No judgment here. So he hears her voice and he hangs up and he throws the phone and he just puts his head. And he just kind of comes back up and he's like, and he reaches under his cot, under his bed, and he pulls out a fifth of whiskey and just unscrews the top and just starts taking shots, and then he just guzzles it and he puts the bottle down and he rolls over fully clothed and just passes out. Woof.
Thanks.
Do you want to take a break?
Well, Sweetie, did we get your...
Oh, did we? Oh, no, we didn't.
evening?
You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. I'm completely forgetting about Sweetie. We did get
Yeah,
the
we got her
flashback, but no,
flashback.
we should get we should get the evening from Sweetie too. So, Sweetie, where would you like to close your evening? Are you going back to your house?
I will after I check in with Eloise and make sure it's okay if I go.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So going. Did you never left Eloise's house, right? You stayed there. You
No.
didn't. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. She still, the shock seems to be like lessening a little bit. Like if you were to like maybe try to lay a comforting hand on her shoulder, she's not like shaking anymore. But yeah, what would you like to say to her?
Is her husband? Did he go out? Did he come back? He went out somewhere, right? Did he go with you, Bud?
He did. Yeah, he went to Wayne Heitman's house. So we'll say he's back now.
I'll wait until he gets back, and I'll say to the both of them, I'm right down the street. If you hear anything go bump in the night, you just let me know. And if you want me to stay here, if you want an extra pair of eyes, that's all right too.
Oh no, Sweetie, you don't. They both are sort of like, saying, oh, no, you don't. You really don't have to do that. It's all right. We've got things handled here. We've spoken with the deputy. I think everything's gonna be fine. We're all right. I think we all just need a little bit of rest.
All right. Well, I'll check in tomorrow. And if you get hungry, feel free to come by. I'll make you something.
Some
All
of that world famous German potato salad.
A little extra mustard.
Excellent.
And then I'll head out from there. Am I close enough to walk?
Yeah, I should say so. It's a small town. They're sort of near the outskirts, and you're more near the center. I mean, it's up to you whether you. I forget how you got there. I'll let you decide whether you took the car or if you have a car or what you want to do about that.
I was with my friend. I was with
Lucille.
Yeah. What if she drove me but she's since left? That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, she could leave at the same time as you and drive you home if you'd like to. Just give you a ride.
I just want to imagine a spooky scene in which I'm walking the 10 minutes home, 15 minutes home, just like in the quiet of this town. Now that stuff is starting to happen, it just feels different around here.
Sure.
It's probably still plenty safe, but it just feels a little colder, and the moonlight looks a little weird while I'm walking home.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, totally. Let's see. So yes, you do so. You are walking home. And, well, I'm gonna roll for wolves.
Are you gonna hit me with some shit?
Campbell!
Oh no!
Campbell! Oh God.
All right, let's see. Well, actually, I'll have you do it. Roll against your luck score for me.
Okay.
Campbell. How far away does Sweetie live from Hugsley?
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I did not get lucky. I rolled an 84 over my 74.
84.
Well, you do have
74.
luck.
That's true. You could if you wanted to.
No, I want stuff.
I know you do.
Bring it on!
So please, Kay.
Okay. All right. Give me a spot hidden.
Great Google Mooga.
Come on,
Great googly
baby.
moogie, man.
Come on, baby. Okay. Damn!
Uh-oh.
Fuck! It's a 37 over 25.
Oh my word.
Oh, that's close enough to use luck.
And Sweetie gets
no.
jumped.
Well, okay. So, all right. So you're walking home, and as you started to get closer to the center of town, actually, here, I want to turn the.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh,
have to fiddle. I need an earring to
spooky
fiddle with.
music.
So, you're walking towards you're walking and you're getting closer to the center of town, and yeah, just trying to get a sense of how things are different. What's going on in this town? Just things are ever so slightly out of the ordinary.
Canadian says her heel breaks.
Campbell, please, that's all that happens.
Oh,
She slips and falls in the gutter. Oh no!
what did it were. But yeah, as you get close to the center of town and you maybe get to like the sort of main crossing of the two biggest streets, you get to where you're going to have to cross the street, and then you see something out of the corner of your eye. It takes you by surprise because you're so shocked that you didn't see this earlier as you approached, because you notice a woman just standing in the middle of the intersection, staring up at the sky.
Mm-mm.
Her back is
walking,
facing
girl.
you.
Fuck that. That's
She's
her
what do you
problem.
Her back
say?
is facing
Keep going.
I'm gonna take out a little sample.
Your mace.
Campbell!
I'm gonna take out a little perfume sample. And then I'm gonna make a wide berth around her. Can I do that?
Okay.
You know, but I do want to get to the other side. And while I do, I start singing to myself.
Okay.
I start making a little noise so she knows somebody's there. I start singing to myself. I've got perfume in one hand.
Da-di-da-di-da.
A Mo in a minute says, I respect the hustle.
And Trash Panda says, this is not the time, sweetie.
Girl, drop it
So-
low, start twerking better than any NPH says.
So you, sweetie, you start singing to yourself, as you make this wide berth around this woman. And you come around and when do you start singing? Are you trying to get a look at her face as you're walking, or when do you start singing?
I'll see her back is right to me. Is there any light? Is there what year? Street lights? Is there any light?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of the technology would be, but we'll say there were street lights.
Okay. So I'll reach into my purse. I'll take out a sample and I kind of hold it ready in my hand, like at my hip that's away from her. And then I see her and I stop. I do that. And then right as I start walking again, I start singing to myself loud enough that she can hear me as I make my way around, probably like 15 feet away
I'd say
from
probably
her,
more than that. Yeah,
coming
but,
around.
Yeah, you would have enough space to go with quite a bit more distance than that. The moment you start singing, she, like, you see her from behind, and again, you're shocked that you didn't see her sooner because she's just standing in the middle of the intersection. Her arms are wrapped around herself. She's looking up at the sky. And the moment you start singing, she jerks around to look at you. And you immediately recognize her. This is, it is Gladys McDermott.
Oh, fuck, kid.
So she stares at you, and just she hears you, and she just looks and turns around and sees you, and just stands staring at you. What do you do?
Oh my God. I'll say, Gladys. The moon is so bright tonight, no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweetie, I didn't see you there. And she's not quite making eye contact with you. She's sort of like looking at the center of your chest. But I'm so glad I ran into you. You know, I've been trying to make a German potato salad as good as yours. And I can't quite seem to do it. It just never comes out quite as good as yours. I know for certain that Arthur likes your German potato salad so much more than he likes mine.
Oh my God.
Not a chance. I'll always put too much mustard in mine.
No, you're just being nice. It's always so much better, and I don't know how you do it, but I just can't make it like you. And Arthur is never happy with mine when I make it for him.
Can I offer you a little womanly advice?
She nods.
It's not the potato salad. Maybe you just need to mix it up a little bit. And I'll take the sample I have in my hand and I'll get a little closer to her and spritz her.
Okay. You do so. And she looks down at her wrist.
She really trying to make a sale.
So how do you spritz her? Do you like grab her by the wrist? Do you just sort of like spray the air and let it waft around her? Like how do you do it?
I think I don't want to take her wrist. I'll spritz. I'll do shoot like over top of her head.
Okay, let's see.
God.
Give me some sort of interpersonal check. I forget what you have. Like persuade or I know intimidate is one, but I can't imagine you'll use that.
No, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. What do you think? It's more persuade or charm?
I mean, I'll let you decide. Just tell me why you think it is whatever you choose.
I'll go with charm, because it's like woman to woman.
Sure.
Like here's,
Sweetie's-
a little something.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
a
you-
charming lady.
Trying to get on her side, okay, and make her know that you're on her side. Okay, what'd you roll?
Oh my god!
Can't
You were
roll.
due for a good roll.
I rolled really bad.
Oh no!
I rolled really bad.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 91.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's bad.
Bye, Campbell. Nice knowing you.
We liked you while we knew you, sweetie.
Okay, so the smell of this perfume. Just out of curiosity, what kind of perfume do you think it was? What did you spray at her?
Bear mace, right?
White rose, hyacinth.
I
Bear
know.
mace,
I
right?
was kind of working with the white rose
Okay.
earlier today. You know what? Let's hit her with the hyacinth. Something
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So this smell hits her nose, and she says she's just. Maybe you're right, sweetie. Maybe it is more than just how well I cook for him. Which may not be all that well at all, it turns out. But I just can't quite seem to keep up. It seems like you just know all the secrets. You're just so much more woman than I am. And I just... And she starts, like, her face scrunches up, and, like, a tear kind of drops down her face, and her arms get tighter and tighter around her shoulders as she just is stuttering with her words. I just don't know what I can do to make Arthur happy. And she starts, like, grabbing her hair and pulling at it and looking up at the sky, and she lets out a shriek and then keeps, like, pulling at her face and then looks at you, sweetie,
Run!
with just hatred in her eyes. And if you give me and why don't you give me a quick spot hidden, actually?
Run!
She got a knife, sweetie.
Run,
Run!
bitch!
Oh my
Sweetie,
god!
don't get shanked.
I didn't make it!
You didn't make it? What'd you roll?
No!
I didn't make it!
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 74!
Wait, Kay, how far away is this? Would I have heard the street from my house?
I will give it to you on an extreme success on a listen roll. I'll say that you could hear it. Because we're not far from the center of town, and I know you're not either.
And Dan, for the record, that's like, what's your listen?
Hold on.
Ooh.
What about,
No way.
What about me, Kay?
Can I try? I suppose I figure movie theaters in the center
Yeah,
of town,
probably.
right?
I think
Well, hey,
know
my
what?
apartment's in town
Yeah.
too.
that's true.
So
That's true.
You know what? I'm gonna.
I can give that a listen.
Okay, I'm gonna
if it's,
spend-
you know.
Everybody but
Kay,
Benny.
I'm gonna
gonna spend
spend
your
my
luck?
luck.
Everybody but Benny, because you live a little. Benny
I'm
lives a
gonna
little
spend
further
my
from the
luck.
center of town. Everybody can give me a listen check. Okay, you can spend luck on this if
But
you
I'm
want
also hammered, so this might get messy.
So
Yes.
Kay. I'm gonna say I rolled a 56. My extreme success is a 30. So I'm gonna
No,
spend
extreme would be less than that.
26 luck points.
You have a
to.
56.
Extreme, not hard.
Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a
yeah.
hard
spending
then.
like
Okay.
25
Yeah.
luck.
Use it all.
Maybe
Use
more.
it all. Save sweetie.
Well, wait. Okay,
Okay.
so we can do this,
She's
but I
Sweetie's
kind of
got
want to
it.
know what Sweetie does, because this woman is staring at you, and And you know what? I will say, even for a failure for the spot hidden, something looks a little off about her right eye.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, hang on. As she is like rocking back and forth and like holding herself tightly, her fingernails digging into her shoulders. She's wearing like a slip, by the way. And not only that, but her slip is
In public at night
is like dirty. And she's like, I should have told you that earlier. I'm sorry. She's like tearing at her shoulders, and like her fingernails are digging into her skin, and she's scratching herself, and you can see like these long sort of like claw marks as she does so. And she's looking at you and like pulling at her hair, and it was out of her right eye that one tear fell. The second one is blood.
Ew.
Run.
Okay.
Run. I want to run.
Hey, Kay.
1 second.
Well, hang on. Let her
What
finish,
is your
finish.
move score, Campbell?
My move is hold on. I'm looking for where that is.
You're tiny. This should be good.
Move rate is 8?
Yes, that sounds right. Okay. So, you have had enough. Something about this is just way too freaky. The hackles on the back of your neck are like just raising up and up and up. You take your little hyacinth perfume bottle and you stick it right back in your purse. Instinctively, you take a few steps back from her, slowly watching her, not wanting to stir the pot anymore. And she matches each step that you take. So you turn on your heel and you start sprinting. And you don't even look back to see if she's following you until you get maybe halfway to your house. But then you turn around and you see that she's not as fast as you. She's having a really hard time keeping up. And by the time you get to your house, let's say that your house is like on one of those two main streets that intersect. You get to your house and you start like fumbling with the keys. You're fiddling with them in your hand, trying to find the right one, and you jam it into the door. And as you turn the key, you look back and you see a set of headlights rapidly approaching. The car screeches to a stop. You hear a door open. And someone, you don't see who, grabs Gladys, pulls her into the car, which does a U-turn and speeds away into the night.
Fuck! Ooh.
Fuck.
It's the men.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna get in the house. Are the lights on?
Yes, there is a light on. The radio is playing. And
Oh my god.
and Howard is sitting in his recliner, awake, listening to the radio. He doesn't turn when you come in, but well, let's see. But he hears the door close behind you, and he gets up and turns the radio off and turns back at you, and he looks like himself as he has been since his accident. Like, he's not quite normal per se, but he's normal for these days. And he looks at you and says, "So, where have you been, sweetie?"
Eloise, somebody gave her a scare. Somebody tried to break in through her back door. I was just making sure she was okay.
So I'm trying to break in, huh?
Have you eaten it? Yes. Oh gosh. Apparently there's, but the it's all taken care of. Police, they took care of it.
All right.
You hungry?
Well, I gotta be honest, sweetie. I don't really have much of an appetite right now.
Why don't I make you something, and I'll leave it on the counter just in case.
Can I ask you what this is? And he pulls out a empty perfume bottle.
Ew.
From the California Perfume Company.
You know, Lori over at Luscious Lori's where I get my hair done every week. She's come across this new company, and she's working for them now, making a little extra money. And so she sends us, when we go get our hair done, she sends us home with a sample every now and then to try.
Since you a sample, so what are you trying to like get in on some kind of like what?
No. Oh gosh, of course not. No, I don't have the business smarts for all that. Just letting her know if it's nice. Is it nice?
How much you spend on this?
Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. No, she just gave us she gave us out. She got a couple extra samples. She just wanted some of the women to try it out.
I don't know, sweetie. Seems awfully convenient. Haven't been making much money lately, I know that. Times have been tough since my accident. And now I go finding this empty perfume bottle, and now you're staying out all night at Eloise Bircher's house. It just... Something doesn't add up, sweetie. And as he starts getting louder, you notice he's getting a little closer to you. His breath reeks of whiskey.
Oh, fuck. Why, I'm backing up, and I'm gonna move around him, and I'm gonna start heading into the kitchen. And as I go, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make you a sandwich, and I'm gonna leave it out on the counter.
Damn
all
it,
right?
sweetie! And he
don't...
walks around in front of you and tries to cut you off on his way to the kitchen. As he does so, he takes the bottle and he smashes it down on the ground. But as he's doing so, as he continues trying to make his way to the doorway to the kitchen, he slips on the broken bottle at his feet. His head goes wham against a hutch in the hallway. And he's lying on the ground, still conscious. But he looks up at the ceiling, and he just looks like totally dazed.
Holy shit!
Are his eyes still moving?
Yeah, they're still moving. His eyes are still moving. He looks like he's like awake and conscious, but just like reeling.
Oh, I gotta go over to him. I gotta go over to him.
You do so, and he just this has taken all of the wind out of his sails. He just had such this drunken fury to him, but now he's lying on the floor, and he looks at you as you come to take care of him, and his eyes close. He shuts his eyes really tight, and his hand moves to his head. He goes, "God damn it,
I'll put my hand over his hand on his head.
He lets you do so. Just, God, Oh, it's the worst headache I've ever had in my damn life.
Oh God, why don't I get you a glass of water?
No.
I really think you could
No,
eat something.
no.
Eat something.
Sweetie, damn it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go to bed. And he like strugglingly kind of gets himself. He like you can tell he's just dizzy, concussed, whatever, as he like struggles to get himself back up to his feet. With one more sad look at you, makes his way to the stairs and goes up.
I'm gonna stay in there for a second, watch him go, and listen to his footsteps on the stairs until I don't hear his footsteps on the stairs until I feel like he's settled in. And I'm gonna pick up all the broken glass on the floor. And then I'm gonna go in the kitchen and I'm gonna make a sandwich and cut it diagonally and put it on a plate. And then wipe off the blade of the knife and put it in my purse.
Gangster.
And then I'm going to write a letter real quick before I go to bed.
Okay.
And I'm going to address it to Alexander D. fucking Henderson, the vice president of the California Perfume Company. And I'm going to write him a letter, and essentially I'm going to say, sir, we need that gardenia. And we need it now. We need the new scent. It's in high demand. And I'm going to walk out to my mailbox, and I'm going to put the letter in my mailbox right now. And then I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to go up to my room, and I'm going to peek my head in and make sure Howard's asleep before I go
Dead
get
asleep.
into bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Respect the hustle.
Brilliant. Boy, quite a night for everybody.
Whoa.
Why don't we take like a quick break? I do only have until 8. But let's just take like a little quick break, just a quick little, just enough time for me to run a little, a cute little 2-minute ad break, and then we'll be right back.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Let's do it. All right,
Chat, here I come.
Gaggle. We'll see you in a moment.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Hey.
Oh, lordy. That was some, damn, you know, I really was not expecting the night to be such a hard one for poor Sweetie. Things have really been...
Yeah, for real.
Whew. That was quite a luck roll we rolled there, Sweetie.
What a night.
Nice. I must.
Well, aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you like the play? The rest of the evening passes uneventfully. Sweetie can safely sleep in her own bed. There's no more the threat from any threats within and without her house are for the time being neutralized. Yeah, and everybody can have a well-deserved good night's sleep.
Yes.
What would we all like to do in the morning?
So, well, my next plan is to investigate this barn again, but I think I want to wait until the evening. So I want to try to find everyone who was at the party last night, and see if we can't get the band back together.
Yeah,
I like that.
If we can't form our own party.
What? I mean, you can go to whatever party you want. I'm just inviting you to mine.
So yeah, it's a small town. It's everyone sort of knows each other's business enough to know kind of where to find each other. But let's go around and say where Dicky finds you. Let's start with you, Benny. What are you doing as you well, I'll start you off actually. You wake up to the smell of breakfast. Barb is cooking for the kids. They're all, sitting down at the table, getting ready for school. Even sitting at the table, what's your son's name again? Maxie. Maxie like has his knife and fork and is just like ever so slightly kind of like bobbing and weaving, like yeah.
Come down and kind of ruffles her like, that's it, Maxie. Always stay on the move. Don't be like Pops. You want to keep your face looking pretty.
Mom says I gotta eat all my breakfast if I'm gonna be strong like you. And he's like shoveling pancakes into his face.
That's right, little buddy. And then maybe I'll go do like a quick morning workout routine, maybe a little like push-ups, quick jog, whatever I gotta do, kind of stay in shape, Gotta make sure I can, capitalize when people tire out from punching me in the face. So.
Sure. So mostly, getting ready around your house, and then, once your morning routine is up, Barb is, she gives you some breakfast, and well, she asks you what you're doing today. She wants to know what your plans are.
Yeah. I don't know. No work scheduled for today, but something I think I got to look into. I ran into some funny business with some acquaintances I met last night, so I might be out for a little bit later.
She sort of looks down a little bit and says, "All right, well, stay safe. All right. I always
try to do my best.
I'm gonna meet up with a few friends at the parlor.
You stay safe too. There's been some funny stuff going around here, and I don't like you going off on your own when I'm not around.
It's all right. I'll be among friends.
You got that little knife I gave you, right?
Not in front of the kids. But yes.
Just remember, one strong staff. That's all you need.
God, I hate it when you talk like that.
I know, but we gotta be looking out for ourselves.
All right.
Now kiss.
Mwah. Stay safe, sweetie. Mwah.
Always
right, okay, so yeah, perhaps as you leave your house, there's Dicky and his what was it, a Dodge Roadster, a 1925, I think he said.
Yeah, Dodge Roadster. So yeah, when I get up in the I was just gonna say I would go to Benny's first because I dropped him off last night, so I would know at least where that is. And so when I get up in the morning, I get ready, I put my face on. And out of that same long sort of, that like green corded leather, what I'm talking about? Like
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It's just when you say put my face on, you like literally mean put your face on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's not a figure of speech.
No. So you put your face on, and then what was the other thing you said? I'm sorry.
From that same sort of long canvas rifle bag, I'm gonna pull out my old trench coat. And I'm gonna put that on because I'm feeling something in the wind. So I've got my old.
I can feel it
So I throw that on, and I'll throw the rifle bag in the back seat of the car, and I'll go get. I'll pull up to Benny.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. So you pull up to Benny. Okay, well, yeah. So go ahead. So then, what is so Benny? You see Dicky sitting in this sweet Dodge Roadster as you leave your house in the morning. What would you like to say?
Yeah, so I'll kind of give him the wave, jog up. Morning. I was hoping I'd run into you.
Running, you have. I figure, we could put our team together, and then once the evening rolls around, we go and make our push on the barn.
Yeah. I'll follow your lead. If you need a little muscle, you just let me know.
Sure. You came to the party, right? With the the old fella and the one who fell asleep. You know where we could find them, yeah?
I think I heard where they. I might know about where to look. I'm not too sure though. I'm pretty new to town, so I'm still trying to figure everything out.
Well, it looks like we need a month.
Trevor, where are you guys in town right now?
I don't know, wherever Benny's house is. I think a little outside of town, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Benny's house is just kind
so
of on
we'll
the
make our
outskirts.
way into the
Got it.
Yeah, we'll make our way into the center of town and see if we can rustle
All right,
y'all
excellent.
up.
So who do you make your way to first? Between Sweetie, Hugsley, or Buddy?
Probably ask around town even to find out where they are and whoever's closest.
Okay.
Dicky, how familiar are you with the town?
Very
yeah.
with you for a
So
while.
I'll leave it up
They
to
all,
you. I'm kind of just the silent muscle.
They all live in the center of town, so it's or let's just say order doesn't matter. Whoever you go to first is the closest. Also, if you look at the stream right now, I put up a picture of a Dodge Roadster.
I love it.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
there it
Looking good,
is.
Dicky.
Thank you.
Look at that fancy car with
Yeah,
the white
fancy
well
car.
tires.
Thank you, Sam.
Where you gonna park?
this
Where you
guy.
gonna
What
park
are you,
that
wicked
car?
smart? What are you, wicked smart?
You gonna park
In
that
the Harvard
car in the
Yard.
Harvard Yard?
What, you got a lot of money or something? Get.
All right, well, we're definitely going to get Sweetie
Okay.
first then.
All right, so Sweetie, what is your I will say Howard is like out. You wake up and he is just he's in his bed. You turn over, you see his shape. Maybe you like put the covers over him before he went to sleep, and he has not moved. Just but he's snoring, so you can tell he's there's air moving through his lungs. His heart is probably beating. Yeah, there's life in him.
That's good.
I'll real quick. Is there a bathroom upstairs here with us on the second floor?
Yeah, I think in older houses, typically the bathroom would be on the second floor. You'd have one bathroom, but it would be on the second floor.
I just want to real quick poke around in my bedside table, in the bathroom, in the cabinets. I want to make sure I didn't leave any more.
I'm sorry, can you say that last part again? You don't want to make sure you didn't leave any something?
I want to make sure I didn't leave any other perfume.
Sure. Yeah. We can say that the one he found was an anomaly and that you're normally pretty good about keeping your stuff secret. So yeah, you give it a quick little look over and yeah, you don't find any more.
Okay. Then I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to check on the kitchen table and see if he ate the sandwich last night in the middle of the night or if the sandwich is still sitting there.
Yeah, it's sitting there.
Cold. I'm going to dump it in the trash can. I'm going to make a second sandwich.
Sweetie.
And I'm going to leave it out. And then if the radio is still going, I'll go turn the radio off. I got my bag. I got my samples. I got the knife still in my purse. And then I imagine I don't really know where I'm going, and then maybe
we'll go ahead and say that. At some point, Sweetie, you can go ahead and add, let's say, a medium knife to your weapons on your stat sheet. You don't have to do it right now, but that'll tell you like what the damage is and stuff. We'll call it a medium knife. Yeah. So you walk out of your house and you see this Dodge Roadster with these two handsome men. Well, one handsome man. Well, these two men in it.
Two ugly guys.
Wow. Wow. She read you both the riot act.
I really didn't mean to. And
Two men.
yeah,
with
exactly. You see them both in there, and what do you all say to each other?
I'll see them out the window, and then I'll just come out on my front stoop, and I'm kind of looking over at them.
Good morning. Jeez, you had a little bit of a rough night there, sweetie. You feeling okay?
Oh, yes. Yes, I feel fine. It was a little disturbing what we saw yesterday. You know, anytime you see a woman, you should tell her how tired she looks.
Good morning, sweetie. I think you look marvelous today.
And I'll kind of laugh at my own joke. And then I'll just be like, what have y'all got planned? I saw something more last night after we left.
Well, I don't think it's a stretch to say there's something weird going on in this small town. And that's what we're here to do something about. But let's get our whole crew back together before we discuss what we know and what we're gonna do about it.
All right.
Hop
And
in.
I'll look back at the house. I'm just getting in people's cars now. That's who I am. And I'll go hop in, and I'll be like, maybe we should pick up that young man who passed out immediately. I'm a little
Benny will look
worried
around
about
and be
him.
like, are we sure someone with that constitution is good for something like this?
He's got the smarts. You know how you can just tell that he's like he does a lot of thinking. I like to have his brain
That's
on
probably-
this.
Probably
there's
a good mix, because I don't do a lot of that, so definitely need someone to fill that void.
There's something spooky going on. I think it would be helpful to have someone with some book learning.
Good call.
Off we go to Hugsley's house.
With a quick put of the motor of that Dodge Roadster, you make your way to Hugsley's house. Hugsley, what does your morning look like?
Yeah, so Hugsley would have just been getting back from the hardware store, and he got up early to buy some supplies to fix his back window. So when you pull up, you hear him in the back. You hear him in the back humming a little tune to himself, and you hear some I don't know. It's a broken glass, so he's like chipping all the glass out and then putting like a wooden slab in to cover it for now till he can get a real thing. And so you hear some hammering, and you hear like he's like having a good day. It's early in the morning. He's getting stuff done. He's having a good time in his backyard.
Awesome. Okay, so as you're doing so, we have established that from the back where that window lets out, you can see the street. So I imagine on the street you just hear this engine kind of roll up, and there are Dicky, Benny, and Sweetie looking real cute in this real nice Dodge Roadster.
You wave to me, and I look around to see, and then I go, "Hey, what y'all doing over there?"
Professor, we were thinking about solving a mystery. You want to come with?
A mystery? Why not? He goes, nah, I'm playing. I got some questions myself. Let me just run in and get my bag. I got a couple things I want to bring with me. So he runs inside, gets his over the shoulder bag. Inside is a couple books. He takes a couple maps he has of the town and anything else he might think would
Get
be
in, loser,
useful
we're
for
going
this.
shopping.
And then he
Yes.
and he hops in the car. And as we're driving off, he goes, now I do a lot of thinking. It's not always good thinking, but I think there's something strange going on. And I think between the lot of us, we might be able to figure something out now.
That's the hope. All
I
right.
think it might be becoming urgent. So let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road now.
Last stop is
to
Buddy's house.
Buddy.
Buddy, what does your morning look like? And the rest of you feel free to describe how you get to his house as I let my dog in because he's scratching at my door.
You see Buddy's apartment, and you see him sitting outside of it, and he's got essentially what is a prairie oyster. He's got a scrambled egg in a glass, not scrambled, sorry, raw egg in a glass with a bit of whiskey on top, salt,
Ugh.
pepper, right?
Ew.
And he just kind of
What the hell?
shoots it back, and he just goes, "Woo!"
Is that good for a hangover?
Yeah, and
Yay.
he just kind of rubs his head, and he's got a glass next to him, and it's just an Alka-Seltzer tablet and a glass of water, and he just starts drinking it, and then he puts it down, and then comically there's another cup with coffee, and so he just takes the coffee cup and starts drinking, and he's just kind of rubbing his tummy.
Yeah, as you're enjoying your bevy of beverages, are you in the kitchen right now? Where are you?
No, I'm well, yeah, with that many glasses, I'd have to be in the kitchen. Yeah. So I'm in the kitchen.
So maybe
I was like, maybe he's out front. Nah, wait, glasses. One of them's got a raw egg.
Maybe you have a tray. Maybe
so
you have a tray of
so
glass.
perhaps out the front window, the kitchen window, you see this.
Yeah, I've got that front in the apartment. There's that front, like in the kitchen. There's the window that looks out on.
Yeah,
the
like over
street
the sink.
with the little planter box hanging off the front. You know.
Cute.
So he's kind of doing this all by the sink, and he's putting the glasses one by one in the sink as he finishes them.
I'm sure Buddy's planter box is just full of like dead plants.
Oh, there's nothing in it.
Nothing at all.
There's not even dirt.
Just empty.
In fact, there's old Pabst Blue Ribbon cans crumpled up, just
Man after my heart.
I love it.
the top ripped off.
So
Yeah.
looking out that window, you see this Dodge Roadster pull up with the 4 other friends of yours within.
And so Buddy's drinking his coffee, and he looks out the window, and he just goes, "Holy shit! He owns a Roadster." And so he kind of downs his coffee, and he puts it in the sink, and he walks by his front door, and there's a little wooden like console table, and on it is his Pinkerton badge, his wallet, and his 38 special. So he puts the 38 special in his pocket. He looks at the badge, puts the badge in the inner pocket, puts his wallet in his back pocket, and he walks out front, and he looks at Dicky, and he goes, "That's a hell of a ride you got there, buddy."
Well, you can thank Uncle Sam. You look like you had a bit of a rough night there, buddy.
Hey, didn't
You
anybody
feeling
tell you
okay?
you're not supposed to tell people they look tired? I'm just fucking with you. So he goes, he just kind of looks, he looks at Dicky, and he goes, "Whew. Well, that's one way of saying it." And he kind of walks up to the Roadster, and he kind of puts his arm on the side door, and he goes, "So, everybody else see some weird stuff last night, or was I the only one?"
We're fixing to solve a mystery, and I think I know a place where we can talk in private.
Alrighty.
And I'll take them all to the projection room, because that's a nice safe
Oh,
place.
yeah.
It is.
Ooh.
All right, so
To your left.
So Buddy's gonna step onto the step. He's gonna. I went to go look at the picture of the Roadster, and it wasn't there.
Nope.
So he's gonna step
Well,
up.
there's technically only 2 seats in a 1921 Dodge
Stacking.
Roadster. But you know,
So he's gonna step up.
We'll
onto
finagle
the
that.
side step of the door,
We'll snuggle.
and he's gonna reach his arm around and hold onto the door handle and go, "All right, on you."
Dope. Dicky floors it.
excellent.
No, yeah. So yeah, I'll drive back to the movie theater and let everybody into the projection room. So it's a nice, safe
Brilliant.
spot.
All right, so yes, you all make your way to the theater. The theater is its grand self, and you know, I think for the sake of continuity, we can say that maybe there's the schedule for like the movies hasn't started yet, so people aren't really like wondering where you are, Dicky. No one's like, "Where's the projectionist?" But there are some people in there, maybe like, you know, setting up the concessions so that like that smell of popcorn hits your nose and the lights are on. And there's, unlike last night when you came into the theater and it sort of looked like this abandoned, grandiose hall. It has that life is back into it. And then you all make your way up into the projection booth, and you make your way. Oh, yes. Okay, so.
Keeper.
Yes, real quick.
Before we even head into the theater, as we're all heading into the theater, Buddy just wants to make sure we're not being followed.
Okay, sure, yeah. I won't make you roll on it. You're not being followed.
Okay.
But so as you make your way in, actually, before you go out to the projection booth, the person running the concession stand, Dicky, who has a name I will give you later, turns to you and says, "Oh, Dicky, did you hear about Old Man Pearson?"
What? What do you mean? No.
Well, no,
what
he's
happened?
fine. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's fine. He's fine.
Oh my God! You
Yeah,
gave me a heart attack. I'm
realizing how that sounded as I said it.
Oh, you scared me so much I don't even remember your name.
It's Gerda.
Gerda, give a man a
Gerda
one.
Franklin.
Gerda Gibberman.
Gerda Gibberman. Gibberman's my middle name. That's my maiden name. Gerda Franklin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm realizing how that sounded when I said it, as I said it. He's fine. He's all right. But maybe you've noticed he hasn't been in his office the last couple of days.
Well, yeah, I mean. he's
Well,
a busy
sure.
man.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
figured he
a
was
busy
about
man. We
town.
all thought maybe he was sick or something, but this morning, Sally saw him at the top of a telephone pole.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, he's up on top of a telephone pole doing something. I don't know, but
He's up there
well,
now.
I don't know if he's up on the same telephone pole, but he was this morning.
The man's 73 years old. What's he doing on top of a telephone
Your
pole?
guess is as good as mine, but from what I hear, he looked right at home.
Is he? Well, is he here
No,
now?
he's not. Look, I think we just need to
Is
go
he
about.
still on top of the telephone pole?
I think, well, like I said, I don't know if he's on top of the same telephone pole, but maybe he's on top of a different telephone pole. I don't know.
I think. Wait,
How's
which
it go?
telephone
How long
pole?
has he been working
This is
with
all.
the-
This is all hearsay. I don't know. Look, I'm just telling you this because something is, he's just. I just wanted you to know that yes, he hasn't been here the last couple of days. In case you were worried, I just wanted you to know that he's not dead.
Well, now I'm worried about him being on top of
Well,
the
so
telephone
am I.
pole.
I have one question. How long has he been working for the electric company?
The electric company. As far as I know, I thought he was about to retire. I don't think he's been working for the electric company. Let's.
All right. Okay. Can I run back outside and see if I can see him?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a.
Someone on top. Of the
Give me a spot hidden.
Gerda.
Is that what I named this woman, Gerda? Really? Oh my god.
Gerda. What did we say? Her middle name was Gerda.
No. Her maiden name was what was it like? Gabble. I don't know. It was you said it.
Gerda Gaggle.
Gerda.
What,
It
sorry,
was
what did you,
something stupid.
what did
Spot
you ask
hidden.
me to
Chat,
roll?
what did I say her middle name was? Gerda.
Jeez, I guess spot hidden is one of those ones that you should put points into.
It's like
Um,
perception
Yeah,
for
turns
looking
out.
for stuff. Yeah, so it's useful.
Oh, God. No,
Okay.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Does anybody else wanna
Yeah.
run out with Dicky and take a look
Yeah.
around?
I'll look
Okay.
around.
Let's.
I got my glasses. I'm gonna go
Let's,
see if I can.
I only got
That's
some.
true.
So I can't be spotting.
Let's
people on
assume
top
you
of
all
I think
do.
we all step outside.
Yeah,
and take
yeah.
a look.
Let's assume you all do. So everybody give me a spot hidden.
Wait, I got
Damn,
a 6.
is that an extreme success?
Whoa.
These glasses.
That's quite a
Dan.
description.
I hate to one up you. I got a 2.
Whoa.
Wow.
Holy hell.
You can see that old man.
I have successfully not
Wow.
succeeded.
All right, so here's what I'll say. Everybody who succeeded. So you all, upon hearing this, you run out, and Greta's like, "You want any popcorn?" But you're too busy gone. And
Not now, Gerda.
Greta, I forget what I called her already. It doesn't matter. She's not coming back. I'll probably just kill her off. So you run out. Whoops. You run out and you look around and Dicky, you don't see anything. Sweetie, you don't see anything. Benny, you don't see anything. But Hugsley and Buddy, it's far and you have a hard time making it out. But just at the end of the road, you see a telephone pole, and on that telephone pole is a man. And with an extreme success, since you both got extreme successes, you can tell that he looks like an older gentleman. In fact, no, you're both kind of newer to town. You probably wouldn't recognize him, but based on what you've heard, you can only assume an old man on top of a telephone pole must be Old Man Pearson. And you see him, and even from as far as you are with that extreme success, you see him just kind of futzing with stuff and messing around with these cables, and he just has this air of happiness in his face. And perhaps next week we'll find out why.
What? Already?
I know.
What?
Time flies, right?
Oh.
Ow. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming and stopping by for the 3rd episode of Madness and Mercy. A Meow a Minute, Rebel Flame, Better Than NPH, Pendergast, Asgour. Thank you, Coffee Mom. Thank you, Tory Birdie. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight.
Yes. Thank you all so much. This has been episode 3 of Madness and Mercy. I want to give a quick shout out to C4 Labs. Don't forget, we do have some exciting news about some stuff with them coming up in the very near future. Also, don't forget, on Sunday at noon Eastern is when we drop new episodes of the STRAHDCAST. So if you are, take from now till then to catch up if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget, perhaps you're listening to this right now on our RSS feed, or perhaps you're watching it on YouTube, in which case, thank you. And we'll see you on Wednesday, the what's 19 plus 7? The 26th for episode 4. I cheated. Yes. I brought up my calendar. For episode 4 of Madness and Mercy. We have been Critical Fayle, DM and the Goons. I am Kay, your keeper of arcane lore. We love you all so much. Coffee Mom, there is a Discord. It is not closed. It's on our Patreon. Yes. So before we sign off,
I just linked that in the chat.
Yes, thank you, Ned. I was just going to say, before we sign off, we'll put that link to our Patreon, or maybe Ned. Before we sign off, put that link tree in the chat as well. It's in our About section as well on our Twitch profile. So if you go to our Twitch profile, check out our About section. It has our link tree, and that has all of our stuff. So check us out. Come hang out. Join the Patreon if you're able. If you join the Patreon, you get to join our Discord server, where we have many of the beautiful faces that you've been reading comments from tonight are all very active there. So come hang out with us. Come listen to the STRAHDCAST on Sunday. We do live listens on YouTube when it releases at noon. And until then, / next Wednesday, we will we'll see you then. Take it easy, and roll low on your sanity checks, everyone.
Take your madness.
Thank you.
Bye, friends. Have a
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Thanks for
all.
being
Thank
here.
you.
Bye-bye.